Hello friends, this video is going to look a little different because instead of at home doing a craft, I am in Savannah. Um, my sister and I decided to plan a little girls trip. I had some PTO and spring break coming up and I went to SCAD. So we decided to come back to Savannah and I needed a little bit of a creative reboot, just some wandering and thinking. And so I thought I would have you join me in case you wanted to come to Savannah for a creative reboot and kind of where I go as someone who knows the area mostly. And yeah, enjoy. So here's the deal. I am directing a big project coming up, and I have a few big projects I'm writing. So this vacation, the purpose of it was to be slow and relaxing. So I won't necessarily go through all the best things to do in Savannah if you're a first timer. This will all be just my favorite things to do to relax. So I'm going to start every day on Broughton Street at a place called the Coffee Fox. I'm going to relax and enjoy my coffee and a sweet pastry. Now, my favorite thing from the Coffee Fox is the horchata latte, which I have never found one to its equal. So once I've enjoyed that and a little bit of sunshine, I move over to the Paris Market. It is my favorite place to go shopping. It has a mix of antiques and the most beautiful artisan crafts. There's an upstairs, but I particularly like the downstairs. It's my favorite. Now once I'm done at Paris Market, I'm going to head down Bull Street. But don't worry, on my way I'm going to stop for lunch and lots of vintage and coffee shops are ready for me. Now time to head to E. Schaefer, which is my favorite bookstore in the city. Not only do they have amazing books and local authors that sign all of the books, but they also have cats that are there as well. So if you need a little bit of a cat fix, they're hanging out at E. Schaefer. Then I decided to get lunch at the Griffin Tea Room. I got this drink called a blueberry velvet and then a salmon bacon avocado sandwich. It was delicious. And now time to head slowly to Forsyth Park. Now, I'm going to go to Forsyth Park each day of my vacation. I bring my journal and I do a ton of writing, but you'll notice some differences in Forsyth between when I first visited on day one. It's pretty empty. This is a Thursday before St. Patrick's Day celebrations begin, and it's quiet and so lovely, and I got so much writing done. And when I was all done writing, I walked back to Bay Street because I'm going to go look for some antiques at, I believe it's called Jayers Antiques, but they specialize in English imported antiques. So even, stuff from, British teddy bears, but this place is gigantic. It is so cool, everything in there. And I wish I could buy at least an item of it. I will eventually. But it is at this time when I'm slowly trying to find my way through that I realize, oh man, I would love to make a horror movie in an antique store. Especially there's at one point I will go through this long hallway of chairs, and that doesn't sound scary until you walk down a long hallway of chairs or a long hallway of mirrors, and you see yourself over and over and over again. So there's something really cool about that, but also kind of terrifying. And then I saw this neat piece with this inlaid cameo and display set on either side. How amazing. Now down to River Street. Now, if you're adventurous, you can go down these stairs. They're pretty steep. I've done it a few times, but I like to walk over to the middle part and just do the nice little incline. at first thought this store sold Scream merchandise, but no, it sold ice cream, but the logo feels the same. I was pretty thirsty, so I decided to go to the Bootlegger, a speakeasy, to get myself a nice smoked old-fashioned, and man oh man was it a dinner and a show all in a drink. Highly recommend. The bartenders also told me ghost stories the whole time I was there, which is peak Savannah entertainment. There's one more thing I need to see, of course, on River Street, and that is the Waving Girl. I love this statue so much, a girl and her dog waving to ships as they pass by. A lot of people think that this could be a tragic story. I don't know. I think a girl and her dog with a hobby is kind of cool. To stop by the Pink House, and the only really terrifying ghost experience I ever had while living in Savannah or being in Savannah was at the Pink House. So if you want to know that ghost story, comment down below and I will definitely tell you it. And then I decided to slowly make my way back to Broughton Street because I needed something sweet at Leopold's. Leopold's ice cream is one of a kind. Not only is their ice cream amazing and all their own recipes, but the whole place is full of movie memorabilia. And so I got a caramel shake and I enjoyed looking at the movie memorabilia. I did a little bit more shopping on Broughton Street and in City Market, and then I said hello to the Mercer statue, and after that I went back to the hotel before the sun was down. I did a few face masks, did some writing, read a book, and fell asleep and ready for day 2. Now day 2, I had to get ready with a 4-leaf clover shirt on. You will see why in a moment. And we're gonna again get out of the hotel and make our way down Broughton Street because we're gonna start at Coffee Fox for that horchata latte. And today I decided to get a ham and cheese croissant because it sounded so good. After that decadent breakfast, I have something very special on my schedule. I'm going to go to the Telfair Museums. The Telfair Museums, 3 museums for $30. You cannot beat it. And so I'm going to start at the Jepson Center and then go to the Telfair Academy. and I'm excited to see the art that they have. Their art always rotates, so it's, even though I've been before, it feels like a completely different experience, and the amount of creativity and things that I think of and concepts that I think of when looking at art just really helps me kind of think of all these different things that I wouldn't think of before. So when I'm feeling stuck creatively, I go to a museum, and 3 for 1, 3 for $30. So love it. So here's the Telfair Academy, but like I said, I'm going to start at the Jepson Center first, and that's right next door. I sat in front of this piece for a very long time. It made me very emotional. I took a little journal break after the Jepson Center to kind of think about all the things that, or write down all the things that I was thinking about and all the ideas that I had, and took a moment in the square to breathe, and then headed off to the Telfair Academy. Can I just say, for all of these museums, is that no amount of videography will ever do it justice on how grand it is and the intricate details in all of these sculptures and all of these paintings. So if you ever get a chance, please, please, please go. And the Telfair Museums now has Savannah's most famous resident, the Bird Girl. So I got to see her in person. From here, I'm going to do something a little special. I'm going to go to my old dorm that I haven't seen in a very long time. So last few times I came to Savannah, I didn't walk by it, and I had this time to do so. So walking the way that I would have walked from class to my dorm, so passing Orleans Square and saying hello to the fountain, and then headed over to my dorm. This was an all-girls dorm at the time. It looks like SCAD doesn't even own it at all, but it was really cool on the inside because there's these big windows, and our floor, the bottom floor, was the living space and the kitchen space, and then there was a spiral staircase that took you up to the loft of your bed. So the entire dorm would encompass how long and big those windows are. What was cool about it is I had one of the side views and I could see the steeple that the feather fell in Forrest Gump. So that was very nice and artistic. And then I could walk outside to the square and write and journal. So I did that one last time. And then when I was done, I decided to walk to the tea room. I have never been here before, and it was amazing. I got to choose a hot tea. I chose the Savannah Gray, and they had all these cute little trinkets you could buy, and I learned about tea pets because I didn't know. And then when they asked me how much sugar I wanted, they said, "You want a southern amount of sugar?" And I said, "No, I want a northeast amount of sugar." And they gave me the perfect amount of sugar. And so I sat in the square, and it was time to journal once again. Once I was done with my tea, I went to Forsyth Park for the greening of the fountain ceremony. And so they used watering cans, there were all these officials there, and it was really fun. I had always been out of town for it, and you can see Forsyth's getting a little bit busier now that the fountains are green, and there were these artisans. And I went to a few of the artisans, but one of them said, "Oh, for a donation, I'll write a poem." And a big part of this creative journey was also saying goodbye to my aunt, and my sister was going to join me, who passed 2 years ago. And so I asked him to write a poem about her, and it was lovely and it was amazing. And here it is, and it made me cry in the most beautiful way. So thank you to artisans and what you can do for people, because that was truly lovely. Next stop is Colonial Park Cemetery, one of my favorite places to be. It is a cemetery, but it is more of a park now as well. It is just a wonderful place to stroll, relax, think, and of course for me, journal and write. going to be ending my day shopping at a few stores that were closed on Broughton Street yesterday, and then go back to the hotel, some face masks, read a book, and ready for day 3. Day 3, my sister and her husband were here, and we started at the farmer's market, and it was an experience. I forgot to take videos of the snake holders, but there were snake holders there, but it was very, very lively. Once we had our fill of the farmer's market, we got in the car and drove to Tybee Island Beach. Now, like I said, part of this creative little reboot was also a recognition or acknowledging or saying hello to the passing of my aunt. So my sister, her husband, and I went to Tybee Island, where her ashes were scattered a few miles off, and just said hello to her and also goodbye. And so we spent a lot of time here most of our day, and it was wonderful and relaxing, and we watched the tide come in. And then we went to the crab shack, because that's what my aunt would have wanted. And I got a soft country boil. We sat by the river and we relaxed and enjoyed our time together. After we said hello to the alligators, it was time for me to pack up and kind of reflect on the last few days, which had been really great for me creatively, and it was time to head home with all of my goodies that I'm sure I will have a haul video. Let me know if you want to see one below of all the amazing things I got. And then I was home. I was back in Pittsburgh, said hello to our infamous dinosaur, and I'm wondering, where should I go next? If you enjoyed this video, let me know.